Hello everyone. So nakakatawa lang no because Senator Nancy Binay said, paano tayo umabot sa ganitong sitwasyon na nakarating ng grade 8 pero hindi marunong mag-add? Oh my God. This is very alarming kasi nga meron ding mga umabot ng grade 12, nakagraduate ng senior high school pero hindi marunong magbasa. So if you're working in the academe, you can really say because of the No Child Left Behind policy. So saan nga ba nagsimula ang No Child Left Behind policy na yan? The No Child Left Behind policy came into light because of the proposed bill of Senator Manny Villar regarding the no Filipino child should be left behind. In the 14th Congress, year 2008, Senator Manny Villar already introduced the Senate Bill 2366, the No Filipino Child Left Behind of 2008. And in the 15th Congress na naman, in the year 2010, Senator Manny Villar introduced again Senate Bill 75, which is the No Filipino Child Left Behind Act of 2010. So yun nga, doon nagsimula ang No Child Left Behind na mga words or mga statements na ginagamit ng teacher. But, there is a big but here. I have observed that teachers do not really know kung ano ba talaga ang ibig sabihin ng No Child Left Behind or saan ba talaga ito nangyari or saan ba talaga ito nagsimula. Siguro, ang pagkakaintindi ng ibang teachers sa No Child Left Behind is to massively promote our learners. Pero hindi talaga yun ang punto dito. The point, maybe, of the No Child Left Behind term being used by some of the educators is that this defines inclusivity. In Republic Act 11650, this is an act instituting a policy for learners with disabilities in an inclusive education. If you're going to look into DepEd's portal or the list of IRRs or DepEd orders being released, there's no such policy stating or mandating us teachers to massively promote our learners. DepEd doesn't have a policy on mass promotion of our learners. But the reality on the ground is different. Teachers tend to promote learners even though learners do not satisfactorily attain or satisfactorily achieve the required competency on a certain level, especially doon sa foundation years in which learners need to know how to identify words or read sentences. So I came across with this article from PhilippineStar.com. It states that the PBED, which stands for Philippine Business for Education, said that despite the lack of an official and written policy from the DepEd, the practice has been culturally and administratively ingrained in the country's educational system because learner outcomes are associated with performance-based bonuses for teachers or school standing in regional rankings. So, meron na tayo ditong pressure because our superiors or those personnel in the upper management keep on telling us that we need to attain certain percentage for us also to receive this bonus or yung tinatawag namin PBB. Wala talaga tayong policy sa DepEd stating that no Filipino child be left behind, and in order to do this, magkakaroon tayo ng mass promotion of learners. However, we have this EFA, Education for All, in year 2015. And EFA's primary objective is to provide basic functional competency to our learners. Dito na nakasaad sa Objective 2 that universal school participation and elimination of dropouts and repetition in the first 3 grades. So siguro dito na misinterpret ang word na elimination of dropout. So I made this video not to discriminate those teachers who were not able to really understand what do you mean by the second objective of EFA, nor to teachers who really did not do anything or did not do any intervention to help our learners to improve. Because I think we just have to really do the objectives of education for all, which is number 1, the main objective that all youth and children should be functionally literate. So I think yun lang naman ang pinaka-importante. And in order to do that, we teachers in the field should also teach our learners the quality learning that they needed.